Hi, lovies. This is Christina from Karma's Eye Psychic LLC on Universal Spirit Podcast. This is our final episode of Season 2, and we will be talking about the 7 chakras. It's really fun to be wrapping up another season. I'm glad you guys are coming out to at least listen, comment, subscribe, and follow, and all that. It is very exciting. It is very fun. I know these are like basic subjects. However, I do appreciate you guys listening, commenting, and all that. The more basic we can be, believe it or not, the more we can learn everything on a bigger picture, on a bigger scale, to learn the small stuff first, right? You're going to learn how to tie your shoes before you start running around the block, basically. So I'm going to be reading directly from Wikipedia.com, just some basic definitions of what chakras and what chakras are. I hope you guys enjoy this episode, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next season. All right, so reading from Wikipedia, chakra, which is spelled Chakra, are basically various focal points used in a variety of ancient meditation practices, collectively dominated as Tantra, or the etheric or inner traditions of Hinduism. The concept of the chakra arose in the early traditions of Hinduism. The belief of the difference between the Indian religion, with many Buddhist texts consistently mentioning 5 chakras, while Hindu sources reference 6 or 7. Early Sanskrit texts speak of them both as meditative visualizations combining flowers and mantras, and as a physical entities in the body. Within Kundalini, I can't really pronounce that name, right? That word, Kundalini yoga, the techniques of breathing exercises, visualizations, mantras, are focused on manipulating the flow of subtle energy through chakras. So basically using your mind to manage the energy around your body, understanding we all have energy around our body, but this method is to separate each part of our energy, or each energy that controls us, into different levels and also different colors. This is also the origin of the aura, people having certain color auras around their body, what the colors mean, and which chakra we are most connected to, what most resonates with us. And sometimes the chakra that is, the best for us, and the chakra that isn't so great for us. The modern Western chakra system arose from multiple sources, starting in 1880s, followed by Sir John Woodruff's 1919 book, The Serpent Power, and Charles L. Leadbeaton's 1927 book, The Chakras, which introduced the 7 rainbow colors for the chakras, psychological and other attributes, and a wide range of supposed correspondences with other systems such as alchemy, astrology, gemstones, Kabbalah, and tarot were added later. So historically, chakras have been, in fact, linked with science, astrology, history, also with religion. So it is, in fact, a very nice combination of all those things, the physical, the metaphysical, and, the explanation or the unexplanation of the rainbow after the rain. But, you can verify it scientifically, but metaphysically, the rainbow is still a mystery. And this is understanding the rainbow, in all of us. We all have an energetic rainbow that controls the basic parts of us. These are literally so simple and basic that I think it's amazing how even today this subject is still being expanded. All right, so we're going to go through each and every color. For those of you who know all the colors of the rainbow, right, we got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, purple, right? We don't have, black or brown or white. The white light is considered to be the universal healing light, or cleansing light. And the black light is basically darker forces and entities that we invite that are negative that stick with us. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, indigo, so to speak, are all the 7 chakras that we are, embodied with. The beginning, which would be the bottom, right? The bottom, we would sit Indian style, with our back straight up. And the root chakra, which is the first chakra that we talk about, is the bottom, is the physical bottom of our body, which would be like our, like our genitalia, our private area. So that would be called Alahara, which is dormant Kundalini, is often said to be resting here, wrapped 3.5 or 7 or 12 times. Sometimes she is wrapped around the black swan, linga. Sorry if I'm pronouncing these things wrong. The lower of the 3 obstructions of her full rising. This is describing, the Earth Mother. It is symbolized as 4-petaled lotus with a yellow square, as it is centered, representing the element of earth. So red being the base chakra, the spine, the root, the bottom, this representing the beginning, right? The start of everything, the subconscious, our basic primal instincts, our need to survive, our passion to survive. Red being an extreme color, passion, energy, sex, also being associated with heat as well. Okay, so it's kind of like the life force that drives us. It's going to be basically the driver of the other 6 chakras. This is good to keep in touch with, okay, just for basic survival, not forgetting our root chakra. Sometimes when we are feeling very agitated, if we're feeling very impatient, if we're feeling very frustrated, we have to see if we are not, in fact, getting those basic physical, emotional needs. And physical needs are not always sexual, okay? It is important to keep your sexual needs fulfilled when aligning your chakras. I know it's a very taboo thing to say, but let's face it, our physical body needs to have some type of sexual activity or sexual stimulation, okay? And that can cause us to be very frustrated and angry and agitated. It is very common. Okay, make sure you are sleeping very well. Make sure you are drinking lots of water. Keeping your body balanced, because that is basically the driver of everything. Your physical body. All right, so now we're moving on to orange, which is the sacral chakra, which is pronounced Fadhisthana, Hana. Sometimes it's Bana or Hana. Which is like where the self is established. This is when now you are coming up higher above your sexual instincts. It's basically when the mind is centered. Now you've gotten your basic needs satisfied. In your sacral chakra, we begin to use our brain, we begin to use our creativity, we begin to use our intelligence, strategize. This would be considered the thinking chakra. It is argued that the sacral chakra is still the sexual chakra. In my opinion, though, I don't think so. I mean, you can go through lots of texts, but I mean, it is still responsible for some, sexual creativity, sure. But the basic need would be at the root. The sacral chakra also helps us relate to our emotions. Okay, it definitely keeps us, able to feel every emotion that we are meant to feel. happiness, joy, love, anger, even depression. It is basically like a whirlwind of all of our emotions. It is very valuable, especially when this chakra is blocked and how we unblock them. The sacral chakra would be the one that we would unblock the most if we were to go to therapy. Okay, understanding why I feel sad, and we get to the bottom and the root of things like jealousy and unfulfillment and dissatisfaction. The sacral chakra definitely holds the key to that. So the color orange, whenever in doubt, feeling as though I'm blocked emotionally, my witchy self will tell you to burn orange candles, wear orange, or associate your path to wellness with the color orange. All right, so we're going to move on to yellow, which is one of my favorites, the solar plexus chakra, which is pronounced Manipura. I like that word. The solar plexus is located in your stomach area, okay? It's responsible for, your confidence, self-esteem, how you feel about yourself, how much control you feel you have, just gratitude of having any type of control. It's like your spirit self, in my opinion. The solar plexus is like your spirit self. It's like your connection to spirit in your physical body. It's like, I know, but I don't know, but I know, and I don't know how I know. It's responsible for definitely like the light inside of you, the light bulb that goes off. It's kind of like it's brain power and spirit power, dwelling within itself, so to speak. And the color yellow, having, in what I do, what I practice, yellow being a color that has a lot to do with focus. Having a lot to do with positive change, brightness, bringing forward your light, your self-esteem, the confidence you have, the happiness that you embody within yourself. And taking control is the responsibility of the solar plexus. When we're feeling out of it, to activate it, to align it, or even to unblock it. Would be our need to take control again. Next chakra, which would be the heart chakra, which is pronounced Anahata, is located near your heart, of course, right? In the center of your chest. It comes as to no surprise that the heart chakra is about our ability to love, to show compassion. It also has a lot to do with receiving love as well, which is a slightly uncommon belief about the heart chakra. You have to give love and receive love. So giving out love, you do every day to your family or to your friends or, to yourself. But also it's kind of like when people want to show you love as well, you can easily block your heart chakra, thinking that, oh no, I don't deserve this, and that, or whatever. You end up blocking your heart chakra. And then when you try to give love, it will almost feel like resentment and you would have unconsciously blocked it. And like I said, it's located near your heart. So it definitely is an easy chakra to understand. This is the color green. The color green symbolizing progress, symbolizing growth, symbolizing, your connection to nature as well. Green in what I do is a symbol of success. Okay, and things going well, things moving forward. The heart is, in fact, a physical and metaphysical force in you. Your heart can love, but it also physically pumps blood to your body, right? It is an ever-moving, organ in your body, just like your brain, which I think is amazing because it seems as though, your heart will never stop pumping. It's kind of like your spirit heart will never stop loving. You'll never stop loving. People don't believe that, but it is true. You will never stop loving, and your love always grows and expands, just like in nature when you plant a seed. Being green also, like I said, is for success and growth. The heart will always grow in like fondness, in understanding. It always has a point in way to grow. And that's what, the color green definitely symbolizes, it being very successful. I don't think we've ever unsuccessfully loved someone. We might have regretted loving someone, but we never unsuccessfully loved someone. So moving up the chakra ladder, we're moving on now to the throat chakra, okay, which is located very obviously at the base of the throat, the middle of the throat, I should say. This color is turquoise. It is like a greenish blue. It is like the in-between chakra. This is why I like this one so much too. The throat chakra is pronounced Vishuddha, okay, which is the chakra that has the ability to communicate verbally. This has a lot to do with all the other chakras that came before it. Your base, your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart. Your throat chakra has to carry the weight of all those other chakras in order to communicate correctly. This is more than just physically communicating. This is actually how you communicate your vibe to other people, your energy to other people, what you want, what you don't want, what you can handle and what you can't handle. This is the chakra, when blocked, can put a lot of frustration at the base, can put a lot of frustration even at the crown. This is actually one of those metaphysical phenomena as to why when the throat chakra gets blocked, it's like everyone can tell, right? Everyone will notice, or your life will obviously be slightly different rather than the other chakras being blocked. It's also interesting that it is the color turquoise, which is between blue and green. So technically, like, the throat chakra would be two colors, because the throat chakra is in fact like the gateway chakra between, by leaving all, the chakras behind it and moving forward to the two that are left. Understanding that it's almost like the second to hardest level in a video game when you're trying to unblock chakras, because speaking your heart, right, speaking your truth, and definitely verbalizing your desires, right, you need your throat chakra to even communicate your base, your root, your sacral, or even your solar plexus. It is so very important to keep this chakra in particularly unblocked. If anything, because when in doubt, or when unable to physically move, or when, other things are unavailable to you, verbal communication to self, to spirit, and to the universe, and non-verbally, spiritually to others, is very important to, in fact, achieving, your goals. Now we're coming to our third eye chakra. This one's always a lot of fun. This one is blue. Regular blue, sky blue, royal blue. I like to associate it with royal blue. And it's pronounced Ajna. And it is located between both of your eyes. You can think of this chakra for like a strong gut feeling, because the third eye is responsible for intuition, your psychic abilities. It's your third eye. What the other two eyes cannot see, what can be seen, that is unseen. The metaphysical. This is your metaphysical lens. This is you hearing one thing from someone, but knowing deep down there's something else going on. This is your lens into the universe, so to speak. Basically, your eye being able to see even yourself on a more spiritual level, seeing through the physical. This chakra is also linked to imagination. For you with your creative, juices, so to speak. Basically, foresight. Seeing that, I see myself in 5 years doing this. I see myself more so this person rather than that person. You are seeing more than there is. This chakra is so very important, and it being blue, blue being associated with calm, peace, tranquility, because this comes in handy so much when there is calamity, when there is chaos, when there is confusion, when there is discord. Your third eye can see through it all, and you will have more of a calm, peaceful, tranquil approach to the chaos. It's almost like you would beam right through it. Very important to keep this chakra unblocked and unharmed. It is very common practice in the spiritual community for the third eye chakra to be almost top priority, to keep unblocked, keep cleansed, and even to keep active. There's always a way to activate your third eye chakra. Definitely playing guessing games, definitely practicing your psychic abilities, right? Just tapping into what you can do and then stretching yourself to what you want to be able to do. People often say that even when using recreational drugs, that the third eye chakra is activated. That because of this, physical plant that they are ingesting, or whatever, psychedelic, situation that they're in, that they say that the third eye chakra is the one that's activated the most, where it's kind of like, oh, well, I see 3 people in the room, but I also see 3 dragons in the room. As strange as it sounds, that would be almost like a manifestation of those 3 people's energy, like their abilities to, understand how they are the same, what brought them to that place, that is the place where they belong because they are with other dragons, so to speak. Then the person who can see this finds out later that, these 3 friends happen to be, either related, or, work together, or they're in a different environment and doing the exact same things, away from, them, that they are somehow spiritually connected, in some way. So seeing the 3 dragons is basically seeing those 3 people in their auras, and their character, so to speak, or their spirit animal that represents them. This would really only be seen by the third eye. Psychics, are proclaimed to have this opened third eye, that they can see into the or we can see into the universe. We can see the past, we can see the present, we can even see the future, basically all in one shot, basically all at once. Whether we are using tools or whether we are not using tools, we can use our third eye whether our other eyes are closed or not. The third eye technically never turns off. There are exercises where you can in fact, make it a little bit, less intense. But the third eye, just like the heart, never sleeps. It never goes away. Whether you can physically see it or not, or you just know, that is also the third eye working. To keep the third eye unblocked when going into a situation, definitely carry something blue on you. Definitely wear the color blue or burn blue candles. And definitely, relax and think past or meditate past discord, and then using that color blue to break through the discord, approach the situation with calm, tranquility, and peace. Then you will then reopen the road to your third eye, and see what it is you need to see. It doesn't necessarily tell you what you want to see, but it will tell you what you need to see, and it will tell you what is there, rather than what you would rather see. That's the beauty of the third eye. Last but not least, lovies, we're coming up on the top, the crown chakra, the Sahasrara. I seriously hope I pronounced that correctly. So this is the 7th and final chakra. This is at the very top, the crown, obviously our head. And the best part, my favorite part, is that it is represented by the color purple. Those of you who follow me, those of you who listen to me, I love the color purple. Though technically it's still not my favorite color. It is the color of my late father. But it definitely brings me lots of success. So the best part about it is personally that it is the crown, which is the top, the highest of all, right? The crown representing, royalty, representing the highest of highest, highest self, basically your highness self, which is interesting because the color purple was only worn by people of royalty. So there is a lot of classism coming into play when we think about the crown chakra here. So to be the highest of the highest here would be to me that you reached your higher self. You've reached the point of where you have gotten control of your root, your sacral, your solar, your heart, your throat, okay, your third eye. Now you're coming up on the one that's going to basically manifest it all. This is basically the manifestation of all your chakras being unblocked and being all aligned. Even when trying to manifest a goal, that you got to keep your chakras in line, keep them aligned and keep them unblocked. It's almost like the 12 laws of the universe, right? Coming together for a common goal. You get your base together, you get your ideas going, you get your sexual creativity going, you get your physical, verbal communication going, you get to see through all the bull crap, you then get to head over to the finish line with the crown chakra. Located at the top of the head, the crown chakra represents your spiritual connection to yourself, others, and the universe. It also plays a role in your life's purpose. I love that because it's true. The crown chakra is basically the you. It's who you are, the deep down, but yet the highest, right? It's kind of like you're never gonna be what you're meant to be until you come to terms with who you really are, what you verbally want to say, what your third eye is telling you, what your heart is telling you, how you receive and give love, who you give love to, who your tribe is. The crown chakra is basically you walking around being proud of what the universe has created, what you've created in the universe, what you've created in yourself. Purple being a very proud color too. In our mainstream society, I believe purple has been misguided and has been, pushed off the side of royalty. Because since it's so common now, it's no longer considered to be a royal color. It is amongst a few spiritual people where purple is still honored as the highest. For those of us who still acknowledge the chakra system, purple being the highest, that we honor ourselves very, very highly to understand that, yes, I have reached the top of my higher self. I have decided this is my life's purpose because it aligns with how I feel and what I see and where I'm going and what is important to me, and vice versa, and who's important to me and who I'm important to, and understanding where you belong, so to speak. The crown chakra is so very important because we always seem to think that we've always reached it, right? It's kind of like, I've reached this level of awareness, I'm at my crown. No. The real way you'll know you're at your crown, one, you will start to see purple a lot because this is a clear communication between you and the universe. It's kind of like you having a secret, thing with a teacher who's trying to teach you a lesson. You weren't getting it, and the other students were getting it, and the teacher wanted to throw you some crumbs. And then the teacher makes it very obvious to you that you have learned the lesson. They will gift you, they will reward you, they will smile at you, they will support you, they will clap and praise you. Okay, so the universe will show you, signs. You will see purple a lot. You will feel that confidence. You will know your heart inside and out. You will know how you verbally communicate. You will know what you want to verbally communicate. You will understand that your intuition and where it's trying to take you. You understanding how to navigate through your intuition. Understanding your intellect, how your intelligence grows, the lights that shine on in you, and understanding also your passion, your drive, and your motivation, and also taking care of self. When you do all that, like getting it all into a stew, you're aligning it, and now the crown can be placed on top of your head, where it's like you are shining the finish line. You are flashing the light to the universe, saying, "See here, I learned the lesson. Now you can see me. This is where my light is." Okay, and not only that, this is where everyone else can find me. This is where everyone else can see me. This is how we find our tribe. This is how we find our life's purpose and then pursue it, and then achieve it as well. This is not just going for it. This is the actual achieving it. Saying that I am meant to heal people, and that means anyway, I will be a doctor, I'll be a psychologist, I'll be a loving mother, I will heal generational wounds. I will be, a paranormal investigator, and I will heal, the peace between this couple and their home, and now the spirit is gone. That is paranormal healing. So this is, this is the end of the episode of all 7 chakras, and understanding what they are, how we use them, what they are needed for, blocking and unblocking them, keeping them aligned, the need for understanding them in our life's purpose, also manifesting goals. Also, going through life and understanding things in life better, the lessons that we learn, and the situations that come up. They could be something discord. It could be discord, or it could be peace. Understanding that if I'm having discord in this area, it's possible a chakra is blocked. Okay, and understanding also our auras and the colors that we resonate with, and reoccurring things, and what the universe is trying to communicate to us, and how we communicate to others throughout this universe. So this is Christina with Karma's Eye Psychic LLC on Universal Spirit Podcast. I hope you enjoyed this. This wraps up our season 2. And I will see you in season 3 while we talk about my most favorite subject of all, which is planets and astrology. So I hope to see you there. Please like, share, follow, and subscribe. Please download, share all around the world. I would love to have these conversations with you, and definitely comment your opinion, whether or not you agree with it. But until then, lovies, I will see you later. Enjoy. Bye, and love you.